Today I ask the question, who is the best Apple creator? And why is it me? I'm kidding, of course, because apparently being insanely good looking does not count as a skill. Now you might say, but Wyatt, it's obviously Krakerz. He's at the top of the Apple leaderboard. To which I'd say, how could one individual be so unbelievably foolish? Krakerz is indisputably the best player at Apple, but I can't just say that because then I'd have no video. So instead, we'll be looking at a wide variety of categories and giving out points accordingly. I'll also be subtracting points for anyone that takes this personally because this is literally about a game on a programming website for kids. Without all that out of the way, let's get started. The first thing I'd like to do is establish a list of contenders. So I gathered together a list of 4 individuals that I'm pretty happy with. First up, we got Biscuit Krakerz, who is literally the best at the game, ranked number 1 on the leaderboard. Pretty great creator. Secondly, we got the Grassy Guys, well-rounded, my personal best friend, and quite adept at level making if I do say so myself. Next up, we got Orange Fruit, also known as Timona Boon. Insanely creative levels and wild visuals that just go off the walls on the wow factor. And then finally, we got Lion Coder, who's an amazing tasser and also just a really nice person. Now that we have all the creators, it's time to finally start the actual main event. Our first category is a pretty easy one. It's just best at the game. This is really easy because all we have to do is look at the Apple leaderboard and hand out points accordingly. So in first place is obviously Krakerz with a whopping 2,193.61 points at the time of recording. And for those who are not avid Apple fans, I'd just like to point out that I have around 0.30 points. So it's pretty wild. In second place is the Grassy Guys with a respectable 1,380.14. And in third is well, this is awkward. The next creator on the list that I'm including would be Lion Coder with 175. But they are still a good ways down the list with the couple in between. So I'll give Lion Coder the point, but I think I'll also give one to Swirsky just because it's funny. So here are the round 1 standings. Krakerz has 3 points in first place, the Grassy Guys has 2 in second place, and Lion Coder has 1 in third, with Orange Fruit having none, and also Swirsky having 1. The next category is quality of Apple games and levels. So this is a lot more of an opinion-based category, so buckle up, you might not agree with me. So first up, I'm going to look at how consistently they release good levels. And I think the real standout here is the Grassy Guys, because there really aren't any misses whatsoever in his catalog. It's just good level after good level. It's all really high quality work. And this even extends to Crystalline Peaks, where there is only a single level that I don't absolutely love. And I actually did the math. There's 57 in Crystalline Peaks, and one level that I don't like. That's about a 1.75% dislike ratio. And actually, you might as well throw Crushing It in there as well, and that comes out to a measly 1.32% dislike. Which is why I'm going to give the Grassy Guys first place. Next up, I put Orange Fruit, with awesome levels like The Waterfall, Celestial Rainstorm, and Necrophobia. There are just so many fun levels that you can play that have been Orange Fruit levels, that I would say just overall, you really just have to give it to Orange Fruit. Another topic which I'm kind of going to touch on a little bit later is the wow factor of a level, and Orange Fruit really has that, and I think a lot of the levels are boosted in how much fun they are because of it. Then I think I'll probably give the final point to Krakerz here, just because Lion Coder has posted, I think, around 4 levels total. So, yeah, that makes the score for round 2. Krakerz with 4, Grassy Guys with 5, Lion Coder with 1, and Orange Fruit with 2. I'd also like to shout out Swirsky for Apple Awakening, which is one of the most fun Apple packs, and one that is also just consistently replayable, so I'll actually throw in a point for that one and make Swirsky up to 2. As I hinted at earlier, our next category is graphics and wow factor. And I think there's a clear winner here. I mean, just look at this. Easiest decision of my life, 3 points for Orange Fruit. I think I'll give the 2 points to the Grassy Guys for levels like the Need for Speed, Crushed It, and the Great Escape. Because these are kind of the levels that, when your friends see you playing, that's how you convince them to start the game in the first place. So I think that warrants at least a couple points. Next up, I'm kind of going to cheat just a little bit, and I'm going to put Lion Coder in here. Maybe not for the levels, but I think because of how awesome it is to see the TASes and what's possible, I'm going to give Lion Coder the 1 point here, even though it doesn't really fit, but I just don't have a better spot to put it. Honorable mention for Appel Awakening for having the best Appel thumbnail until Silksong, I mean Crystalline Peaks releases. And you know what? I'm actually going to do a no-point bonus round here for Appel thumbnails. I'll do this one in reverse order this time and switch things up. In third, I'd put the Grassy Guys because Crystalline Peaks isn't out yet, but it does have an amazing thumbnail when it comes out. Moved up to first for sure. And I feel like Crushing It, well, it is a good thumbnail. It doesn't really stand out in a lineup and isn't really one that I'd immediately recognize. I think in second place, I put the Appel Uprising thumbnail. It's just a really well-designed little thing, and I think it really does a good job explaining that this is a more difficult Kaizo thing and that the skill barrier needed is a lot higher. And somehow it conveys that in just its thumbnail, which is amazing. And in first, obviously, I'd put Fruit, or Orange Fruit, because it's just every time a new level is released, it seems to have its own custom logo and design. It's really impressive, everything that they've done, and easy first place as well. Now it's time for the surprise 20-point finale to find out who the best-looking Appel player is, with late competitor, myself. Now, the real finale here is overall impact on the Appel community. Originally, I wanted to poll the community on this to get actual thoughts, but that would take way too long, and I kind of wanted to get this video out while I still had the motivation to do so I kind of just scored it myself. I did get one very important response, however, from Cheesebagel, also known as Quacto, which gave excellent points on every single creator here, which I will be citing a little bit. Either way, the final round standings read as follows. The Grassy Guys in first place with 8, krakerz in second with 7, Orange Fruit in third with 5, and Lion Coder in fourth place with 3. And then Swirsky still has 3. In the end though, it doesn't really matter who won. This video was really just made to highlight and showcase a lot of the Appel creators in our community. And all of these creators are super interesting, and I totally recommend that you check them out, and I've linked their Scratch accounts in the description. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I know it's generic, but I told the Grassy Guys that if I reach 5k subs, I will stream all of Crystalline Peaks, so that's every level, including the insane ones that I'll have to get good to beat. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.